Okay, so let's go back to why we yo-yo diet and why willpower has never been the answer. Food was our first way to self-soothe. We need food to survive. Food is our energy. Just like when we charge our phones, we all need to be charged. We need food to grow and to work, right? Like to plug us in. As kids, we were taught to not trust ourselves, to not trust our hunger cues, to not really understand what's going on. We started to build a lot of fear around food. And there was a lot of food used to manipulate us. Like if you don't do that thing, you get no dessert. I'm the care I like you have to listen to me. I'm everything about the food and you can't leave the table, clean your plate, all of that. So food didn't feel great. It felt very controlling, right? Then as a teenager, you rebelled against that because you're like, I don't want someone to try to control me, right? I don't want food as control or power. I don't want this diet culture. We saw our moms eating salads and going to Weight Watchers and her struggle and trying to put on pants that didn't fit her. Exercise was punishment. How many of us felt that way? Or there were rules for like boys ate a certain way and girls ate a certain way. And you're expected to always eat what your grandma offered you, even if you weren't hungry. It was rude. There was so much confusion here. And then we got so much rebellion, but you can't fight science. You weigh more on the scale, which doesn't feel good. I remember being 9 months pregnant and thinking one of the most embarrassing stories of my life is when I was over 9 months pregnant with my fourth, who ended up being 10 pounds, 4 ounces, 24 inches long. The doctor had tried to induce me and that didn't work. I was just devastated. I was exhausted. I had three other kids. And I said, I don't even know how you could manage living your life every day with that big belly. I was really uncomfortable and pregnant, and it wasn't my best moment. But, anyways, it's really hard to carry this extra weight. The problem is if you keep using willpower, willpower is an exhausted resource. It wears out, it'll wear you down, it'll exhaust you, and then you give up. Instead of being an emotional adult where you say, I have to do things I don't always love to do, whatever that is, then you go back to saying, well, I got to lose some weight. So what do I need to do? So you go back to dieting. You go back to somebody else's rules, someone else telling you how you should behave. That's terrible. That does not feel good. Okay. We don't want that for you anymore. I don't want that for you anymore. You don't want that for your quality of life. I want you to understand that your nervous system learned food was one of the only places you had autonomy over. And you think about food, you think about what did you do with your allowance? You felt like you had some version of control because the people in charge of you were trying to use food to control you. So you just started using it to control back, right? And so you weren't failing diets, you were resisting control. Have you ever thought of it that way before? Or when food is the only freedom you have, your body will protect it. So January brings new rules, more rebellion, more shame. I don't want this vicious cycle for you anymore. So there's a couple of options to help you. One, you can come to the training January 6th. So it's going to talk about stop using willpower and build habits using brain science and your nervous system regulation. The second is the training on January 8th, where we're going to talk about the 5 pillars to permanent weight loss. And then the other option, which I highly recommend, is my 30 Days to Success, where I teach you these 5 pillars. And so we're going to have daily videos of these. We're going to go into each one of these to build a solid foundation. I also have a bonus 10 tools that'll be really helpful for you. And we also have office hours twice a week so that you can really get that help, like the hands-on help of, Dara, I did this thing. What do I do next? Like I found myself in the pantry and I know I don't want to eat it, but I don't know what else to do. I don't have this emotional regulation tool. I can help you with that. I can help you apply all of these life coaching tools that you're going to get. If you have any questions, please contact me or my team. This is the last of these video series. I want to give you so much love. I wish I had someone who gave me compassion and love for all those years. I started struggling with my weight in my early 20s. The first time I remember worrying about my weight was when I was about 12 years old. We went shopping and the jeans I tried on were too tight in my thighs. And I thought, oh, this is the beginning of the end. It was awful. I thought, I'm going to be like my mom and my grandma and my aunties. This is what they do. They talk about their weight and how a minute on the lips, a lifetime on the hips. I'm 6 feet tall. I grew really fast and I got a lot of eyes on me. It was really uncomfortable to have so many men looking at me. My parents got divorced when I was 21, and that scared the heck out of me. I didn't know my parents even had any problems. Subconsciously, I put a lot of weight on to protect me. It wasn't until I went to a therapist and I got help in my late 20s that I was able to really work through what was going on. I had some sexual abuse as a child that also brought a lot of fear, and I've been able to work through all of that. Now I help women do the same thing. I've lost over 55 pounds and kept that weight off without needing to exercise, counting calories, tracking my steps. I've done all of it with these 5 pillars, and it is completely and totally possible for you, no matter how old you are, no matter how many times you've yo-yo dieted. The work that we do truly gets to the root of what's going on. And I want to invite you to finally prioritize yourself so that 2026 is truly a year of growth and development. And it is one of the kindest, most compassionate things that you can do for yourself. So I invite you to take advantage.